Got out the mall, yo, the sweet cat, rocking the fade in my face. Asking could he see the grenade? I would've let him see it the way he came across, yo. I said, nah, beat it. Steph told me buck him.
Today we're going to be talking about if Jay-Z sold out. Now I keep scamming through social media. You still have like 50% of people saying that they agree with what he did, and you have 50% of people that are saying that he sold out. And they feel that he sold out because he was telling artists not to perform at the halftime show because of the discrimination that the NFL did towards Colin Kaepernick. But then a year later, he turns back around and he does a deal with the NFL network. So people are feeling that he sold out. All right. Now, who does this situation really benefit? Does it benefit Jay-Z, or does it bring awareness to the community? That's what we have to ask. So let's see where it works out. Now, they're signing him to be, I guess, the halftime performance production person. Well, this is how it benefits Jay-Z. For one, Jay-Z has a record label, Roc Nation. Now, if he's running the halftime show performances, then it benefits his artists that are signed to Roc Nation. It allows them to get more notoriety because you're around one of the biggest audience in the world, which is the NFL audience and also NBA audience, but we're only dealing with NFL today. So business-wise, it's definitely going to enhance the notoriety of Roc Nation's artists that they have. What does it do for the average African American that felt offended by what happened? It does nothing. Why? What are you expecting out of what Jay-Z has done? Why are you expecting every single entertainer, every single athlete to come in and be a hero? Why do you make your heroes athletes and entertainers? They get paid to entertain you. They don't get paid to make sure that you get equal opportunity. Because even when there was segregation in the world, the artists were still treated differently. When Little Richard and all them was out, it was still segregation. They were still treated as artists. They still had to perform. They got paid to do a job. But we take it personal because we make our entertainers the leader. And then when these entertainers do things to help benefit their pockets, we say they sold out. In my opinion, every leader sells out. Every leader sells out. No matter if you're black, no matter if you're white, it doesn't matter. There's no such thing as a sellout. It's called making business decisions, doing what's best for you. Now, you would say, how come he didn't do this? How come he didn't do that? Well, if we got a black president that ran the United States and nothing still happened to the black community, what makes you think that Jay-Z is supposed to make a deal to better the black community? He's an entertainer. He's not a world leader. If a world leader couldn't change the black community, what you think Jay-Z is going to do? In my opinion, the deals that Jay-Z are making are the deals that need to be made because he is empowering himself, and he's also showing you that a black man can be empowered. Now, he is the second rapper to be a billionaire next to Jay-Z. Even Diddy hasn't made it to that status of being a billionaire, but he's almost there. None of these people, including Mayweather, that have gotten close to $1 billion or even hit $1 billion, have turned around and bettered the black community. But yet, you made the black community make these people their leaders. They're expecting more out of an entertainer than they are expecting out of a politician. And the reason for that is because you listen to the entertainer every day. You're influenced by the entertainer every day. That's the problem. But you have some entertainers that do good things. Like, look at Kim Kardashian, how she did the prison informant. After everything she's been through, she's making her contribute to the community to make it better. There are things that artists do. Look at Cardi B. They have her with Barry Sanders for a look. Why? And then a couple days later, they turn around and show her being a prostitute, talking about she had sex for $60. So we watched a prostitute turn stripper, turn entertainer, turn leader for black women. That's your leader. That's who you made your leader. You made Nicki Minaj your leader, and you're expecting them to change, to do something for the black community when something goes wrong. It doesn't work like that. Us as people need to realize that no one is going to save you. You have to save yourself. No one is going to make sure that you're happy. You have to make sure that you're happy on your own. There's nothing that Jay-Z could do. See, this is how it works when you're a black entertainer. They need you to act and be a certain way. When you go outside of that barrier and you start thinking that you're bigger than the powers that be, is the moment that they are going to eliminate you. Prime example, look at Steve Harvey. They ruined his career overnight. Overnight. Because he said the wrong thing to Monique, and they said, you know what? This guy think he's bigger than what we've made him. Let's eliminate him. They did the same thing to Cosby. Once he tried to show that he was maybe too big than the powers that be, they eliminated him overnight. They came up with a reason and they pushed it. But you have people like Harvey Weinstein that gets off. You got a lot of people that have been getting off because they know how to play the role behind the scenes. They never feel like they're bigger than the powers that be, and the powers that be make and find a way to keep those people empowered. Look at the billionaire that just got killed. Yep, he got killed. He ain't commit no suicide. They had to eliminate him because he was going to open up a whole nother door of wrongdoing that's been done. So now that we see the powers to be that actually controls the world has the power to keep you alive, and they have the power to keep you rich and to keep you famous. Jay-Z is just a small pond of what's really going on, but you're expecting him to run the ocean, because to a group of individuals that don't have anything, Jay-Z is God to them. But Jay-Z's a small fry in a big world, that if Jay-Z don't do what they tell him to do, he will be eliminated. You have to understand, when you start getting around billions of dollars and you're making money like this, your name makes money. Your presence make money. It's not based on black or white. It's not based on a revolution. Jay-Z can't start a revolution at his level. Dr. Dre can't start a revolution at his level. Oprah can't start a revolution at his level. They're too high in the chain. That's why you have blacks that are in the conscious community. They're not as big as Jay-Z. It's because they're never going to be as big as Jay-Z. So they can talk freely and do what they want to do because they're not really persuading a big group. They're not persuading a massive amount of people that can actually empower blacks. See, if Jay-Z starts talking about being positive and how blacks can act, he can empower a lot of blacks at the same time, which will cause the rest of the world to feel inferior. That's what can happen. That's what's going to happen. If you try to go against their agenda, they will eliminate you. Putting Jay-Z into this power, giving him the power to control the operations of the halftime show, keeps people glued to the screens while they're at home, because the NFL ratings drop. So it's like, all right, let's get Jay-Z to get the black people back watching the NFL. Let's get our ratings back up because he could give us better performers that'll keep people glued to the TV during the halftime. That's what they're doing. It's a business decision to get people back watching TV and watching the NFL. This has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. It has nothing to do with reparations. It's pure business, like he said. All right, he stood his ground. Kaepernick stood his ground, and he kneeled. But everyone wants to say, well, how are you signing a deal with the NFL and Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job? It's simple. Colin Kaepernick doesn't want to play in the football league. Why would he go these past 3 years being crucified for what he did just to come back and play? He's made more money not playing than he would have when he played. Look how much money they gave him. Not just him. They gave him $10 million and Nike gave him another $7. That's $17 million he made just this year. He was going to make less than that on his new contract that he was getting if he would have stayed in the NFL. You got to realize, before he started kneeling, he went 2 years on that bench. But this isn't about Kaepernick. It's about Jay-Z and the effects of what Kaepernick started. Best believe, the person you're worried about, Colin Kaepernick, it's not worried about the NFL as much as you're worried about the NFL, because he's well taken care of right now. And the person that are poor, struggling day to day, you're worried more about people that are not even worried about you, because there's a whole nother game going on behind the scenes that they have to react to, not you. Right? I could be wrong, I could be right. Let me hear your views about it. This is Vegan Spade. And the question is, did Jay-Z sell out? In my opinion, Jay-Z never showed you that he cared in the first place. To this day, let's be honest, there is no rap artist with popularity as Jay-Z, etc., that spoke about black empowerment but Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur is the only one that spoke about black empowerment. He's the only one that wanted to start a revolution, and his own people killed him. You have to understand, all of our black leaders have been wiped out, and the ones that you're making your black leaders don't really care about you unless it makes them money. Now, do I care about Jay-Z? Yes. Do I think he's a great representation for the black community? Yes. He shows you what you can do when you put your mind to it. But I would not expect Jay-Z to change the black community anytime soon. When you get to his level, he's not even Jay-Z anymore. He's what the powers to be want him to be. This is Vegan Spade. Stop eating meat, watch your brain change. But let me know what you think in the comment section about Jay-Z, if he'll sell out or not. Hasta la vista.